Hello, hello. It's Wednesday morning. We are live. Hannah and Sarah here. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone? So today we are, like we always are, in our Fight Fatigue, Stress and Anxiety Facebook group. We are on our page today, which is the Holistic Health Collective, which is nice. So hello, page people. But also, for the first time, we are live on my personal page. Oh! And the reason I thought that we'd do that this morning is we do this every Wednesday, Sarah and I, more or less. We'd sometimes miss the odd one if things crop up, but it's either Sarah, it's me, or a lot of the time it's both of us. We do this every Wednesday, and the reason that I wanted to come live on my personal page today is I feel like this is relevant for everyone, right, Sarah? We're talking about the summer solstice today. The summer solstice is the longest day. Good morning, Heidi. Friend. It's summer solstice on Monday, which is the longest day, and so I just felt like this was relevant for absolutely everyone looking after your health for the summer solstice. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so Monday the 21st is the official date of the solstice. In the northern hemisphere, it's the summer solstice, and it's the longest day of light. So we can get up to 18 hours of hopefully delicious sunlight, hopefully not a thunderstorm. And on the southern hemisphere, they'll be celebrating the winter solstice, which is the shortest day. So they're moving towards their summer, and we're moving towards winter. But before we think about moving towards winter, we have to down tools and we have to stop and celebrate this day because it's a very magical day. There's a lot of folklore behind it, and a lot of festivals happen on this day. In fact, it's International Yoga Day as well on the 21st.
Oh, so they'll be doing their sun salutations then.
Yes. So we're going to talk a little bit today about why it's important to stop and celebrate the solstice in some way, whether a big way or a small way, and the effect it can have on your body. And we're going to give you some tips, tricks and tools to kind of align with the energies and align with the seasons for the summer and how to feel good.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Yeah, so I just like to say you can make it your own with the solstice as well. And my husband John, for those of you that know him, as this is my personal page too, he's playing 4 rounds of golf. 4 rounds of golf. Now, a round of golf takes about 4 hours. So 4, 8, 12, 16. So roughly 16 hours of playing golf, right? That it sounds fun, but actually it's going to start to get a bit painful. It's a bit like going for a run or going for a walk, right? When you don't go too far, it's fun. And then actually you've got to start pushing through the pain barrier a little bit. And he's doing it for charity. So he's raising some money for it. It's a bit of fun. It's to be out there in nature on the longest day, but to raise money for charity as well. So it doesn't matter if you're like not spiritual, don't really know what the solstice is. You can find your own way to celebrate the solstice. And we'd love to hear yours. Heidi, I bet you've got something planned. What are you doing as you've signed in? With StreamYard, you have to sign in so we can see your name. But Heidi, what are you doing on the solstice? So what do we want to tell them about the solstice? So the solstice is when we're moving into the fire element. This is traditional Chinese medicine now. And this is related to the organs of the heart and the intestine. So Heidi's going to know this. Sarah knows this. I've done a summer nutrition talk actually inside the Holistic Health Circle, where I was explaining all about this. It's related to circulation as well. And as we're coming up to the solstice, so for the 2 weeks before and the 2 weeks after, we're going through a little bit of a natural cleanse. We've mentioned that a few times actually. So Sarah, should we share about what we're both doing to help that natural cleanse at the moment? So whether you're aware of it or not, conscious or unconscious, the body's going through a little bit of a natural cleanse at the moment, and some old symptoms may be flagging up for you. So some old shit may be coming up and you're thinking, why has that hay fever come up that I've not had for a few years? Or why is my eczema flared up? Or why have I got loose bowels? Or whatever it is, something may be coming up for you at the moment. And it's your body giving it a chance to clear from the body. And Sarah and I, and actually Heidi as well, we're all doing little cleanses at the moment, and we really recommend that you do what's right for you, and it depends what you've done in the past, where you are with your health. So this doesn't mean you've got to do a dry fast or just a water fast. So Sarah, what kind of cleanse have you designed for yourself this summer solstice?
So I've just taken out all of sort of gluten, sugar. I'm not eating bread. I'm not eating cakes. I've cut caffeine out for a few days. I haven't given myself a particular time. I'm going to see how I go. But with caffeine, I tend to find once I've got through the first day or two, I'm kind of good. I can keep going. So I've done about 3 days now, and I'll try and at least get to after the solstice, which is Monday.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some liver cleanses. So 3 days of liver packs,
Mm-hmm.
loads of hydration, loads and loads of water. I've added a little bit more cardio in. So I went for a swim the other day, did a workout last night, and I'll do one today, and dry body brushing. What are you doing?
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing that with us. I've done a lot of cleanses and detoxes and everything in my time. I like to experiment with them all, but I've never done strictly raw, as in no cooked food whatsoever. So my one this time is I'm doing some intermittent fasting. So I haven't had my breakfast yet. So I'm going roughly between about 10:30 and 6:30 eating. So about an 8-ish hour window, not being super strict on that. So ish. And I'm doing all raw foods, 5 days of raw foods. In fact, I'm trying to make a reel, which if you're not on Instagram, a reel is a quick video. And I'm sharing that every day over on our Instagram page, which is at Holistic Health Collective UK. So if you want to have a little follow of us over there, there's some really nice recipes that I'm sharing. I think they're nice. Someone said that I start to find 10 much easier for fasting. Absolutely. I don't know who that is, but thank you for sharing that. I'm doing intermittent fasting, and I don't do that all the time, by the way, but I'm just doing it at the moment with the raw food and a little bit of juicing in there, plenty of hydration, some natural detox techniques as well. I'm going to make a video about natural detox techniques this week, so you can watch that if you don't know how to do that. And I'm feeling really, really good on it, actually. So in the summer, we should be feeling vibrant, joyful, full of energy. And you may not be, and that's okay too, but it can really help you to start tuning into these cycles and knowing, autumn is a time when we're winding down. Winter is a time that we're really going within. Spring is a time for cultivating ideas and energy start to build in. But summer is really a time when energy should be high. We should be wanting to go out there and socialize. Heidi, I knew she'd be doing something for the solstice. So she just shared in the comments, I'm lucky that my eldest son has got a non-pupil day on Monday. So weather permitting, yeah, absolutely. Jacob and I sleeping out on the patio on Sunday night. Wow, that sounds brave. Oh. And then we're going for a walk together later in the morning. Lovely. So Sarah, should we talk about some of the things that are good to do on the solstice, like how to connect with nature?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, let's just think we've been given these a little bit longer restrictions, and this might be affecting our plans and what we were doing. So it is really important just to really stop and take a moment to do something for you and to do something that does cause joy. It creates joy and happiness, especially if you feel like you've become a little bit sad, because maybe some of you are missing out on weddings or parties or celebrations in that way.
Yeah.
So if you think about, always look to nature, looking out the window, look to nature for your cues on what to do. Everything should be in full bloom. It should be dancing in the breeze. And that's what we want to do with our bodies and our minds as well. So you could connect with the sun itself. So sunrise and sunset, get out there and do some sun gazing at sunrise or sunset. Do not stare directly at the sun in the middle of the day, please. But just get out there and get under the solar energy. That's what the solstice is about. It's about the sun. So going for a hike in nature, maybe meditating outside. Meditating, it's really powerful to do on the solstice because things are aligning and we've got a lot more energies available to us. So if we go within and we cultivate a little bit of stillness, we can really charge up on this solar energy. So taking time to medicate, which it is medication in a way, without any side effects except really vibrant ones. So meditating is really good. Maybe going for a swim in nature in a stream or in the ocean or in a local body of water. And also things like offerings to the earth. So some people like to make dollars and maybe put some rice and some flowers out.
Yeah.
And what else? I mean, for us, tell everyone what we're doing.
I was just going to finish on the offering there because obviously Heidi's here, but like drinking your cacao, and if you can't quite finish your cup, pouring some of the cacao back into the earth as an offering. So this year we're very excited. We're going away, aren't we, Sarah?
Yeah.
We are having a bit of a girly weekend away. So we actually love to run retreats on the solstice. That's what we love to do. Last year we had to put our retreat on hold because of restrictions. So we actually ran an online retreat. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. This year we would have loved to run a retreat again, but it's been very unknown with like numbers and, you know, who you can mix with and where you can mix. So we're just like running off to Glastonbury, which is known as the heart chakra of the planet in Glastonbury. It's very like religious ceremonies have gone on there for thousands and thousands of years. So we're going to Glastonbury, not the festival, because I mentioned to someone this week that I'm going to Glastonbury. I went, oh, I wouldn't like that. I said, why not? He said, no, all that camping and all those tents. I went, no, not that. It's the same Glastonbury, but we're not going to a festival. I don't think the festival's on. But it's just a quiet girly weekend when we're going to be connecting with nature, hopefully getting up at sunrise on the solstice to go and watch that sunrise, doing some lovely meditations, eating some lovely plant-based food, just chilling basically. That's what we're doing, and that is because we couldn't run a retreat this year, so we're having our own mini retreat. But really we wanted to share a way with you that you could have your own retreat at home without going anywhere. How can you retreat, maybe for the full day, or maybe you want to split it up over a number of days? And we've got a lovely way that we can offer that to you, haven't we, Sarah?
We do. So we, like Hannah said, we actually sit there with our diaries at the beginning of the year, and we take the seasonal changes, the equinoxes and the solstices.
Yeah.
So that's where you've got the even light in autumn and spring, and then you've got the longest day and the shortest day, summer and winter. So we actually block some time out on that day specifically because the energies are very potent. You might be changes in your body, and it's a good time to down tools and recognize what's happening on the earth, and that's affecting me. And we are cyclical beings, we are not linear beings, and we need to down tools basically so we can take care of ourselves and therefore take care of the planet a little bit better when we live in more alignment. So because we didn't get the chance to run out in person events, we took them online last year. So on the solstice last year, we pulled our energies together, Hannah and I, and we got a guest teacher in as well. And we put together 5 wellness sessions that will completely align you with the season, help to raise your vibrations, elevate your health, and help you to connect with the joy of the season. So you might feel that summertime sadness because of what's been going on, or just maybe we're out of alignment, and you're starting to recognize that. So these practices are going to put you back in alignment, and they're going to help you to feel a little bit self-nurturing, a little bit of self-love and care.
Yeah.
So should we talk about the 5 sessions?
Yeah, let me mention that nutrition one, because I sort of said about the heart and the intestines earlier. I ran a nutrition session last year where we was talking about what kind of foods you should be eating for summer, or you might want to include for summer. So we don't want to be eating the same all year long. Excuse me, we want to try and be eating seasonally, or at least adding some seasonal foods to our diet. So to give you an idea, sorry, something's just got in my throat. To give you an idea, we want to be eating some red foods and pink foods in the summer. You know, stuff that we see about, like lots of berries, isn't there? Like beautiful strawberries and raspberries, you know, about in season. You know, tomatoes and some lovely Greek salads would be really nice, with some cucumbers. So you want some nice cooling foods in there to cool the body down. You want some bitter foods, which really, really support the heart. That is why we're actually running a cacao challenge, just to briefly mention that, in July, because cacao is a bitter food, so it does support the heart in the summer season. And other bitter things, like you're enjoying some chicory at the moment where you're not having your coffee, aren't you, Sarah? And some dandelion leaves, all those kind of things. So I share it's about an hour's talk on nutrition and what to be eating for the summer season. Sarah, you ran a couple of sessions, didn't you?
Yeah, so I did a lovely cacao meditation. So if you don't know what cacao is yet, I say yet because if you spend any time with us, you'll soon get to know what it is. You don't have to have cacao for the meditation. You can have any drink, or you just come and sit and meditate as you are. Yeah. And this is a lovely thing to do in the morning if you've got time, just to get some quiet space. It's about a 30-minute session, probably just slightly less once the intros are out the way. So if you do buy the packages, you'll have them recorded and you can come and listen to them at your own leisure. So whether you want to sit down at the end of the day, it's just a meditation to connect with the heart energy. Like we said, this is the season of the heart, and we should be feeling that openness of the heart. if we get really good heart health this time of the year, it will prepare us for the colder months. So we need to be adding these self-care rituals in now so that we're nice and strong come the autumn and the winter time. So that's the meditation. And
Yoga.
I also did a quite invigorating, heart-opening yoga flow sequence.
Yeah.
So there will be variations if you're not used to practicing yoga on a regular basis. But with our yoga practice, sun salutations are a wonderful thing to do, because sun salutations literally bow to the sun in gratitude of the energy that it gives to the earth to grow our food and to give us all the vitamins and strength that we need as well. So there is some sun salutations, but concentrating on postures that open up the heart. So they strengthen the back, they open up the front of the body. And if you think about, we spend much of the day like this. We need that yoga that opens us up. Not only does it help us physically, it helps the heart energy as well. It helps us to feel open-hearted, and helps us to give more easily, to receive as well.
Yeah, I remember that last year, Sarah. I took my yoga mat outside, and I'm trying to remember if you took yours outside. I think you was inside, was you?
Yeah.
You was inside. I went outside. So that's a lovely thing to do, is to connect with nature a bit more. See if you can find like a shady spot in your garden or the park across the road, and you can watch this recorded version on your phone, on a laptop if you want to take that out with you. I just took my laptop outside actually, and you can join in and still connect with nature. You don't even need a yoga mat. You can do it straight on the grass, but it's a lovely practice to do. I think it's one of my favorite things to feel a lot of gratitude is to do yoga when the sun is out. I just feel so blissful when I do that. Yeah, Heidi's saying she loves hers outside as well. Feels really good, doesn't it?
Lovely.
So then we had Dr. Forager in, didn't we? So foraging sessions. That was amazing last year. She told us everything. Basically, if you forage, you are eating seasonally because you're only picking what is in season at that time. So I remember we learnt about elderflowers, and we went and made some elderflower cordials, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about making, while I'm doing this 5 days of raw, I was thinking as the elderflowers are out now, I might go and pick them and then make elderflower lollies with sparkling water. So they're kind of like, I was thinking, because I'm not eating sugar and that kind of thing at the moment, just to, obviously you'd have to put a little bit of sugar in that. I'll put some coconut sugar in it or something. And some water, and maybe some mint leaves with it as well. So I was thinking that would be a really nice thing to do at the moment. I'll make an Instagram story if I do it, or a reel, so you can watch it. Heidi says she wants to get, I'd love to get into foraging more. It was really good. What else did we learn about? Didn't we speak about that one called Sticky Willy? I'm trying to be cleavers, about putting them into water and making a nice tonic, which is fantastic for the lymphatic system. So if you have got any kind of hay fever symptoms or any kind of summer colds that are coming out, getting the lymphatic system moving is really, really important. And actually picking cleavers, which are really in season at the moment, they're everywhere, and popping that into a jug of water. So we learned a bit how to identify it, where to go and pick it from. It was a really good session, wasn't it, Sarah?
Yeah, and we spoke about rose quite a lot as well, because rose is obviously great for the heart. It's a very feminine flower to eat. And we spoke about a few different trees or leaves. I'll have to refresh myself, actually.
Yeah, I know. We're like, we do need a refresher. And then we closed with last year a love and abundance manifesting ceremony. So we love a bit of ceremony. I think we all need a bit more ceremony in our life, where we're just really being mindful, really being conscious of the words that we're speaking, the intentions that we're setting. And because we are in heart season, really opening up the heart and inviting more abundance into our life. So we run those five sessions. They was all between about 40 and 60 minutes last year. Heidi saying, didn't know you could use cleavers. I grew them. Yeah, it used to be called Sticky Willy. That's it. I just said that, Sticky Willy. I didn't know it was called Sticky Willy, but I can never remember the name cleavers now, so I just keep calling it Sticky Willy. It's great in a big jug of water with some cucumber to drink for the lymphatic system, like I said. But so we run these 5 sessions last year. It was more expensive last year, obviously, to come live, but we've got an amazing deal for you this year, really, because we want to encourage you to slow down and do something for yourself. And this is such a great way to do it. You haven't got to go anywhere. You just need a phone or a laptop or a computer, iPad, something like that, a tablet. And you can do these sessions all in one day, like we did it last year. On the solstice would be amazing. Doesn't matter if you can't do it on the solstice, a few days before or after, or split them up and maybe do one session each day, or even one session a week you could do. As I say, they're between 40 and 60 minutes. And we're offering these for just £20. So all of them. So it's only £4 a session. So it's less than the cheapest yoga class that you can go to. It's such a small investment for some time for yourself, for yoga, for meditation, for abundance ceremony, for foraging, and for summer nutrition. So 20 quid for the whole lot. What else do you want to add to that, Sarah?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, you know, there may be a bit of disappointment around some of the things being cancelled. So particularly if you know, if you've got a friend a little bit down, this could be a really nice way to lift them. So you could purchase it and you could do it together, or you could maybe buy it as a little gift for somebody else, particularly if a wedding has been cancelled. You know, you could get the girls together, socially distanced, and maybe do the yoga session together, or watch the foraging or the nutrition talk. And once you've got it, it's yours, and you can just come back to it again and again. So you might want to practice yoga a few times, or, you know, re-listen to one of the talks again. But I would say it's a really nice, you know, we're in heart season, we're about giving and receiving, and abundance is being able to give freely. So it could make a really nice gift for somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like one of the mistakes that I used to make, and I know you did too, and I'm sure like we're talking for the general public here, is not connecting with the seasons, not slowing down and honouring these you know, the cyclical nature of the world, basically. You know, we can go, life can feel like Groundhog Day, like I'm sitting in the same chair, in the same room, doing the same work. And, you know, there's not the places to go on holiday. We've not got that to look forward to for most of us, unless you're staying in the UK. We can't celebrate birthdays or weddings, like Sarah said, in a big way. So life can feel a bit Groundhog Day, and it is a mistake to not celebrate the seasons and to be conscious of them at least. I mean, I didn't even know about the summer solstice before. Did you, Sarah?
I'd heard of it, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you when it was,
or what would be good to do on that day, or it would just be another normal Monday at work, right?
Oh, totally. And, you know, when we live out of alignment with the seasons, not only are we sort of swimming against the current because we're not doing what's easy for the body, it also puts the world in disharmony a little bit more as well. So if you are kind of eating foods that aren't seasonal, or if you're doing practices, you know, working super, super hard, well, really summer is the time to be actually downing the tools and getting out into the sunlight and having a little bit more playtime. Then, yeah, like Hannah said, life's just going to get like a slog, and we're not going to be able to ever get off the hamster wheel. And actually, what we're working so hard for, we're working hard so that we feel good, and have fun with people and enjoy life ultimately.
Yeah, and I think that it does have a knock-on effect as well. So the knock-on effect is that energy starts to dip. Yeah, so we haven't got the things to look forward to. So we do feel on this hamster wheel, and our energy starts to dip, and then it can affect us going into autumn and winter as well. So we really want to be feeling vibrant in summer, and these are the best ways that we know how. So this cyclical living is basically what we talk about all the time inside the Holistic Health Circle, isn't it, Sarah? That's our if you don't know what the Holistic Health Circle is, it's our monthly membership for women, and to come together in community, in circle, to start living seasonally, to elevate your health naturally, or to overcome symptoms of anxiety as well. We've specifically got a lot of anxiety sufferers in the Holistic Health Circle, because we teach things like yoga, breathwork, nutrition, moon ceremony. So we're always actually teaching this kind of cyclical living, aren't we? So we've got our full moon ceremony coming up soon as well, which is a really, really great way to connect with nature and the cycles as well. So just to wrap up, we'd love to hear, what are you doing to celebrate the solstice? I know lots of people in our world now, our natural holistic world, you know, on my Facebook, my Instagram, everyone's got things planned. But I know if you haven't got one foot in that world, maybe you haven't got anything planned. And yeah, we just want to encourage you really to slow down on Monday, or if you can't do it on Sunday. Don't worry if you can't do it on Monday, do it the day before, and take some time to celebrate, to light a fire, to watch the sunset, or to do these lovely workshops that we're offering at this amazing price, just 20 quid for 5 workshops that you can watch again and again and again, that you could do with a friend, that you could do with your partner, that you could do with your sister. And just enjoy some time hanging out together. All right.
So we're going to pop the link in. There's a post that will have the link in, but we'll put it in under this video as well. If you've got any questions about that, just let us know. And otherwise, enjoy your solstice and enjoy the sessions.
See you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.